Oh, okay. We're going.
We are live.
Yeah. Hello everybody.
Hi.
Sorry about that. We were babbling. She was asking me questions about BMX stuff.
I was.
So it's all her fault.
What?
Yeah. Anyway, you are now listening to or watching or whatever you're doing to this thing called what did we call it? Talking about piercing.
Yeah, talking about piercing.
Live. And it's a show where we talk about piercings, of all things.
Live,
we do it. And I'm DaVo. I'm a professional body piercer, have been for a very long time, since 1994. And then to my left, your right, dressed in punk rock type attire with two belts.
Two of them.
Because one's not enough.
Mm-mm.
And freshly tattooed.
Freshly tattooed.
Is Scott. She's my apprentice.
Yeah.
She's been my apprentice for going on, over a year.
Yeah, you're in 4 months?
4 months.
Yeah.
No, you're in 5 months. Oh yeah, never mind. Almost got there. So this is the part where we talk about our week.
Mm-hmm.
Usually. It was fairly busy. We had kind of a couple slow days, partly because the weather keeps getting crazy. Like we've had every season this week. We had spring, we had summer, we had fall, and we had winter.
Yeah, because it snowed at the beginning of the week.
And then it flurried.
Uh-huh.
Off and on. It was just, so when it's like that, we're either really busy or really slow. So no matter what the weather's like, people are going, yeah, I want to get some stuff done around the house, or I want to get some stuff done around it could be beautiful out. And they're like, I need to go outside. So like we tend to, the whole getting a piercing thing kind of falls to the bottom. And then we start getting calls at like 5 o'clock and people booking appointments at 5 o'clock. But you did, a couple forward helixes this week?
Yeah.
You haven't done that many of those. They're kind of a challenge, aren't they?
A bit, yeah.
You got to get that angle perfect, and you have to deal with that anatomy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What else did I do?
I did some nipples.
You did do some nipples.
I think 2 or 3 sets, maybe 4 sets this week. Seems like I did a lot of them.
I think it was 3.
Okay. I don't know. It just seemed like it.
Seemed like a lot.
Yeah. And I had a client that, and we're going to talk about this later because the thing we're going to talk about tonight, if we run out of questions and etc., is piercings in relationships.
Yep. And piercings.
Oh, Joe, boo, back. Hey, Scott, how's it going? He said hello. Scott, I think I may be able to figure out to get you on, so I will be in touch soon to maybe have you on the podcast one of these nights shortly. If I get the 800 other fires out in front of me. If you know what I mean. Just other stuff going on. I got some filming done, but constantly was interrupted. So we're doing a 15-episode course on getting your very first piercing.
Mm-hmm.
And I got 2.5 episodes done, and there are 15 total. So, and I haven't decided if I want to stagger putting them up or do them all at once, so they're kind of like a big deal. Yeah, sweet, Scott. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, Scott. It'll be fun. We'll figure something out.
Yeah.
Thanks for the ad on Facebook. I don't know why you came up with my suggestions just recently, but we're connected now on the F.C.P.R.E.M.I.X. Like we're both our age. Because I'm sure he pays attention to it as much as I do. What else happened?
Did I think 2 septimums? Oh,
septimums.
I did 2 septums, a couple nostrils.
I know you did some ear work.
Mm-hmm.
A navel or 2.
Yeah.
I did a couple. Yeah, it's been a busy week.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't complain unless I really try. And let me tell you, I wouldn't have to try that hard. But yesterday was one of those days where it's like it got really slow. Then I'm like, I'll film. And then immediately the phone would ring.
Yeah.
Or somebody would walk in.
And then I stretched some sorry.
You stretched some ears?
I did stretch some ears. I'm sorry.
Some mirrors?
These headphones are like really
we had to
freaking me out.
basically. Long story short, these are from the Direct TV from what our monitor, so that we can monitor the sound when we have music. So it's not super loud, even though I'm sure we'll get hit with content nonsense again.
Yeah.
It's copyrighted. Yeah, and we're plugging it, so I don't see what the problem is.
But those are delayed, and so I hear
just
myself
slightly.
just slightly, ever so slightly, and because of it, I keep like slowing down the way that I'm talking or messing up my words.
When I was playing with it earlier, I was doing the it just kept going and going and going. What else happened this week? Anything else exciting?
No, I stretched those ears to a 2 gauge.
Okay. Was that on a friend of yours?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll leave it at that. I'm going to leave your personal.
Yeah, leave my
your
personal
mess
life.
that is a personal
leave my
life
personal
of a
life out of
19-year-old.
this.
Yeah. Anyway, I did get to go out and get on the bike and ride, though. That was fun.
Yes.
I did
Posted
like
on your
30
Instagram.
miles on Saturday. Rode the trails into work and then rode afterwards to the full metro loop. It was fun. I felt very relaxed afterwards. Went home, had a nice glass of red wine.
Oh.
Watched some TV and then called it a day.
Some TV.
Yep. I can't remember what I watched. I finished the One Pieces thing, and I don't know. I still don't understand why I like that show, because it annoys me, and then, oh, this is cool. And then it annoys me, and then it's cool.
Oh, like the One Piece.
Yeah, it's like an anime thing.
Like the live action.
Yeah, it's the live action version.
Yeah.
Okay, should we move on to the next thing? The song of the week.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I love this part.
Are we doing yours or mine first?
We'll do yours first. I got to remember how I exactly do this. Give me a second.
Yeah.
Turn that on. And I'm not going to monitor it because I think I said it perfect. But it's kind of weird because we can't hear it. So we go to 3. We go to that. And then we hit play.
Oh, do I start talking about it?
Yeah, you need to talk about it. Why did you pick this?
I picked this song.
Why are you inflicting this on other people?
God. I picked this song because it's a song that I actually really randomly found. I was cleaning the shop, and then it started playing, and I was like, ooh, that sounds really cool. So I was listening to like the playlist that I have on Spotify. And I picked it because, well, 2 reasons. It's an awesome song. I really like the DaVo calls it prog rock.
It has some prog rock elements. We'll just leave it at that.
We'll leave it at that. But
oh wait, I don't know if they're hearing it. Yeah, they are.
okay, perfect. Just seeing the music video.
Yeah, that's always fun. Okay, keep talking. That's what we do here.
Oh, but
Even though we're not talking about piercings, we're talking about something.
Talking about something.
So why don't you tell them who the band is and what the song is?
Oh, my bad. Well, it is F.C.P.R.E.M.I.X by Follow Troy.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Then that's all you have to say about that?
No. That's the song and who it's by. But I picked it because I thought it sounded really, really neat. And I've been very obviously getting into more emo music.
And I had to explain to her, boys and girls, what prog rock meant.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they're really prog.
No,
Because
I
they have a
don't
little
think they
too
are.
much, I don't know, there's a formula to it.
There's a formula to prog.
And there is to prog. And speaking of prog, my pick this week is a band that I'm not supposed to like.
What's the band?
It's a band called the Barbarians of California.
Oh, why aren't you supposed to like it?
Because they're like everything I normally don't like about bands. I don't know how else to put it. This is one of those bands, I saw them when I was in Vegas, and they won me over live, which doesn't happen either because I've seen so many live bands over the years. It's really something. But I mean, the reason why I say it's something I'm not supposed to like is I usually don't like bands that jump from genre to genre to genre to genre because it seems like they just can't pick a lane. For some reason with this band, it works and it's catchy. Their lyrics are kind of dumb, as the ones you're hearing now, which is like put a hat on.
Put a hat on.
Yeah, don't care about your feelings. Put a hat on. I was walking around the shop doing that the other day and nobody got it.
I got it because I keep listening to this song.
Yes, it's been on heavy rotation.
I guess like a little tidbit. If you do come into the shop ever, we will be listening to DaVo's music. So.
Oh, yeah. We never listen to your music.
We never listen to my music. We don't.
We don't. No. You're so abused.
It's so terrible.
I every once in a while I'll listen to your music, sort of.
You'll listen to it when we do the song of the week thing.
Yeah, and plus, we have compatible tastes in certain things.
Yeah.
We're both wearing punk rock t-shirts today.
I'm wearing a Descendants t-shirt. I wore this in high school, and this girl came up to me and asked if his eyes were supposed to be where my nipples were.
Those would be really weirdly placed nipples.
And that's what I'm saying. So...
Excuse me. For those who don't know, that's Milo, the lead singer. It's a cartoon they do of him. And it's kind of their thing. I don't know if it'd be easier to see it. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Easier to see it from that camera.
Oh, yeah.
So, should we move on to something piercing related?
I guess, yeah.
Okay, if we have to. And that's going to be, shiny thing.
We did something a little bit different today.
Yeah, we did. We crisscrossed.
We did.
I picked out a piece that she had to use.
Uh-huh.
She picked out a piece that I had to use.
Yeah.
So, you want to go first or am I going first?
You can go first. Because technically we're both going first, depending on... It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter nothing. We're both going first.
We're both doing it. We're doing it.
We're doing it together.
At one time. My pick, not my pick, her pick, my placement was the Aries, what do they call these things? Astrological signs?
Astrology signs.
Astrology signs. It's made of titanium. We do sell quite a few of these, usually in sets, and it's usually for earlobes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I thought it would look cool on a Medusa. The problem with the Medusa, though, on this particular face, is the nose doesn't quite line up with the Medusa. I don't know if it's something wrong with the mold or the person that they did the mold on, but I struggled with getting it to make it look centered. It was driving me nuts. And she even tried to put her 2 cents in. So the cool thing about these is we can also anodize them into different colors, which is going to give it much more pop.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's what that is.
Yeah.
That's her pick, my placement.
And I picked it because I wanted to give DaVo a challenge.
A challenge.
Yeah.
So should we move on to your version?
Yeah.
Okay, so I picked for you to use a triangle.
Yeah, just a little titanium triangle from Juniper.
It's not from... Yeah, it is from Juniper.
It is from Juniper. I put it in the tragus because I thought that was really cute. I liked it. I think it fits really nicely in there, especially with the little angle that I put it at. It kind of like goes with the flow.
It's like pointing outward.
Yeah, like it's
steering the ship.
It is steering the ship.
So I wonder if you put them in opposite directions, if you turn and spin in circles. If you had both traguses pierced.
Maybe. Shoot.
Who knows?
That's really stupid.
I know, but that's the kind of thoughts that go through my mind when I do things or think about things. Just like when people come in and they're like, I want to get my other nipple done because I don't have both of them done. I'm like, and the ongoing joke is, are you done? You're just done walking in circles, aren't you? Because you're off balance.
Lord. No, I put it there because I thought it flowed really nicely with the concept of it being in the tragus. Why'd you pick the jewelry?
Just because it's one that we have never featured, and it's really simple and simplistic, and I like them, and I'm surprised we don't sell more of them.
Yeah.
Ta-da!
Ta-da!
All right, so that's our shiny thing of the week. Okay, so we have Ocho said can confirm. Oh, about my music? Yeah, I tend to.
Ocho can confirm. There's never emo music playing in the shop unless
it's at the drive-in or something good.
I don't want to get into it.
Yeah, anyway. And then she went on to say, it looks like the smallest little mustache. Yeah, that's kind of why I liked it there. It kind of flows with that natural thing, and you have the curvature with the ram and so forth. I thought it kind of fit.
Yeah.
Those also look pretty good on earlobes. You could do a flat with it, I guess. You could probably... I put them in nostrils.
Yeah.
Are we keeping you up again?
Yeah. Past my bedtime. Come on.
Past your bedtime.
Wrap this up.
7:30. So, if anybody has any questions, of course, please ask. We'll happy to answer most of them, as long as if they're personal questions, make sure they're about her.
What?
Anyway.
I'm happy to answer any personal questions.
Oh,
as long as
really?
they're not too personal.
As long as they're not too personal.
My shoe size is 8, and no, not 8.5, 9.5 in women's.
You're gonna end up on Wikipedia feed or Feet Wicca or whatever that thing is.
Oh, Feet Finder.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah. I don't know. Anyway. So should we move on to the topic?
Yeah.
Which is piercings in relationships. And the reason why this kind of came up in my mind is it's a really common one. And I did a piercing on somebody this week in a private area because their ex wouldn't let him do it, told him that was something that only trashy people had. And she is done with that person. And she went out and she got it done.
Heck yeah.
And she informed him of that by text before she got it done. Relationships can be affected, and piercings can be affected by relationships. Sometimes, and it all comes down to people's views of what is attractive or not attractive, but a lot of times it's silly stereotypes.
Yeah.
You got anything to say on this subject there? You had all these bright ideas earlier.
I did.
Yeah. Then you got tattooed and all just went out the window.
Well, it's all going out the window.
Yeah, she had a rough day today.
Yeah.
I think what I always think it's important that you talk to your partner before you get something done.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Just for, like, boundary's sake. Not really, like, not, like, particularly asking for permission, but...
Because they can't give it.
Because they can't give it.
It's definitely your decision.
Yeah.
Either way, especially if they're trying to push you into getting it done. I always have a problem with that.
Yeah, me too.
But if it's going to affect their life in some way, shape, or form, you should probably get their input on it.
Yeah.
Because and we're not just talking from like a sexual standpoint. We're also talking about, if you're getting a nostril piercing and their entire family is very conservative and will be giving them loads of crap about you having that piercing, that's going to affect them, and that's going to affect your relationship in the long run.
Yeah. Or like, if someone was getting like a torso piercing, like nipples or navel, that's something you should also really consider, especially when it comes to like cuddling and stuff. Like if you and your partner live together, or even if you and your partner like don't live together, it's something you should talk about with them so that they can be more cautious of the area.
Nipple piercings, hugging.
Yeah.
You don't really realize that. It can affect your relationship and how close you can be to like friends, relatives, children, etc. They're going to think something's wrong with you if they don't know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what, you think I got scabies or something? So yeah, that's all things you need to talk about. Ocha said, when I started talking about piercing, my mother looked to my husband to stop me. Yeah, it's kind of like, and as the piercer, I've been given that look. You need to talk my daughter, my girlfriend, my boyfriend, whoever it is, out of this dumb idea they have. And it's kind of like, well, what kind of relationship do you guys have at home?
Yeah, because we only really meet someone for like
30 minutes.
Yeah, 30 minutes. And you can't, as a person, sit there and be like, oh, this is probably what their relationship is like at home for meeting two people, and this is exactly what's happening. I mean, everyone can speculate, but at the same time, it's like you don't exactly 100% know. And so... I do believe that it's part of the piercer's responsibility to make sure they're actually consenting to it. Yes.
But there's just so much we can do.
Yeah.
Maybe we need to come up with an international piercing signal for people that they can give us when they absolutely don't want the piercing and they feel pressured to get it.
Oh, like the bartender thing with the angel shot.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. That's something to think about. Other things with relationships. it can affect your career relationship if you get visible piercings. And that's something else a lot of people don't want to consider or think about. And it's just one of those things. Plus, you kind of want to, I always feel like it's a good idea if you trust people in your life and you have people that are close to you and actually give a crap about you and are not controlling and understand you're the person you are, to give you input on certain life decisions like piercings and tattoos and, what have you. You can, you can take those opinions and run with it, or you can go, nah, I don't agree with that. But I mean, at least get their input.
Mm-hmm.
And I think most people, when they get a piercing done, they do that. The only time that gets really annoying is when you're at the shop and it seems like there's always somebody in the group that disagrees with everything that we say.
Yeah.
Yeah, that person could stay home.
I don't like where that's placed, or are you sure you want to have that piece of jewelry? And it's like, oh.
I don't know. I'd never get that. Ocha said she's normally not like that. My husband firmly told her no. He would only be talking to me about it, about safety. Yep, and that's it. And that's where the concerns are. I don't know. Well, that's all I have to say on that subject. Should we just look at the trending topic inspiration nonsense that is YouTube?
Yes.
Let's see here. This is in the inspiration topics. These are things that they want us to make videos about, or they say we're going to do really well if we do it. And they have these AI images that are creepy, like this one. Let me see if it'll open. And yeah, here we go. I'm just going to show you this real quick because it's kind of creepy. Yeah, I don't know how that has anything to do with that one, but we're going to talk about it. The great debate, antibacterial soap versus sterile saline for piercing aftercare.
We could either honestly, I feel like it's a straightforward kind of thing.
It is, but it's still something that comes up. Antiseptic, and really what it is, it's not even antibacterial soap, it's antiseptics. Such as Bactine would be a good example that still is being suggested by people. Or you have people that'll come in and go, yeah, I use rubbing alcohol, that sort of thing. Do you want to start off with this, or do you think you've listened to me talk enough about it to understand it, or do you want me to go into it?
I can go into it.
Okay.
Well, just to state the obvious, saline is better.
It's awesome, and that's the end of it.
It's awesome. That's the end. All right.
Mic drop. Do not drop this mic. They cost too much money. Here's the deal. When we first initially started out piercing and piercing aftercare and that sort of thing, we were under the impression that infection was a serious problem that all piercings were normally going to have and could possibly have. I just realized something.
What?
That cord is right in the middle of the frame.
Oh.
Can you do something about that real quick?
Yeah, I can.
Okay, so while she's doing that, I'll talk. It's like I'm looking over and I'm looking at the camera and I'm like, I wonder if that's in the shot. And I look up and it's like, yeah, it's like we got a cord growing out of the top of the, yeah. So, Ocho said, I always wondered if surgical soap such might be better than antibacterial soap. Thank you for doing that, Scott. Here's the deal. When we first started out, basically the understanding was that we needed to be fearful of infection because infection was going to be the biggest thing, and that the human immune system was not enough to deal with a piercing that's open wound for a long period of time. You had to do all these extra precautions. So at the beginning, we were using surgical grade stuff like basically surgical scrubs, things like Hibiclins, betadine, and et cetera, and telling people to work that into the wound, which no. Then it moved on to antibacterial soap, and then satin was a big popular one, which is kind of a mild medical soap that they prescribe for people that have sensitive skin and et cetera, or dealing with like ulcers and stuff like that, wound care. Anyway, over the years, the thing that really never made much sense to me was, okay, so if the person's healthy and there's no reason why they're going to be introducing a foreign pathogen into the wound, why do we still have to do this? Then the thinking was the normal person's not used to it and they're going to make a mistake. Well, even if they do make a mistake, if they're healthy, their immune system should take care of it. And that's why there's been slowly the switch from very aggressive, very intrusive chemicals to just saline. Mm-hmm. Because all we're really doing is removing that discharge to make it easier for your body to collect more and also to make it more comfortable for you. There's also this belief that don't do anything. I'm not a big fan of that because I do think that removing that discharge is beneficial during the healing process, especially with pieces where the discharge is normally going to collect behind the jewelry. Mm. What are you doing over there? I just heard tapping on the table.
I'm not tapping. I'm like messing with my nails.
Yeah, I was wondering what you were doing. That's why I asked. So you got anything else to put in there, wise guy?
The wisest.
The wise guy.
Was a part of, I don't even know where I was going with that joke. No, just, saline is better. Don't put Bactine on your piercings. I think that's why my cheek piercings didn't start healing until I started using saline. And also they weren't pierced right, but...
And see, part of the problem is you're introducing chemicals into your body that you necessarily don't need. You're also overusing chemicals, like antibacterial soap has been way overused. Was it tricolocine?
Yeah.
They put it in freaking everything. And I mean everything. It was, like everything now has AI in it. Yeah. Like that's the big selling point. Back then, like in the late 90s, early 2000s, everything had antibacterial. It was out of control. It was definitely out of control.
Antibacterial was out of control.
It was out of control. Okay, so, sorry, I'm trying to figure out this one. One or danger? Yeah, that's how that would be. Oh, it's Yeti. Hey, Yeti, how's it going? This was my recommendation. I don't even have piercings. Yeah. Well, you have some piercings still, don't you? You have your lobes.
Who's Yeti?
Yeti. He comes into the shop occasionally.
Oh, yeah.
Old friend from way back.
Yeah.
Way back.
My goodness.
Way back to the 90s.
I'm terrible with names.
And I'm worse. But I remember Yeti's name. So should we check out another one of these? Because this one's kind of. A lot of these are kind of generic, but I just love the AI photos.
Oh, what is this? Outdated piercing.
Outdated piercing trends our studio refuses to perform in 2026. Okay. So you want to start on that gem?
That gem. No, we're not going to pierce with a hoop.
I don't know if that's a piercing trend.
It's not, but it's something.
Oh, it kind of is because there are some.
I've seen is people getting like larger gauged ear piercings and asking for
rings because it's going to make it stretch faster.
Yeah.
The thing is, though, they don't make labrae studs and threadless jewelry over. I think the thickest I've ever seen was 12 gauge.
Well, we also have kind of talked a little bit about it and how you should. If you're going to stretch a piercing, you should really earn it.
Yeah.
If you're going to have a large gauge piece of jewelry or piercing, you should really just work for it.
Yeah, I should earn it.
You should earn it. And so, if you're wanting us to pierce you at a 2 gauge and
you want us to dermal you, I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
See, the thing is about that topic is most of those trends I didn't do.
Yeah.
Like the things that I would not do today are not much different from the things that I would not do 10 years ago, 20 years ago, whatever. So I don't know if there's any new trends that I'm definitely not up on or happy with.
Well, surface to surface piercings.
They seem to, but see, those are things that we've always had around.
Yeah.
I mean, those date back way back. early 90s, late 80s.
I can't think of any like piercing trends that happened in the past year.
Not recently, but like some of the ones that like the surface trachea, surface to surface trachea. I don't do them. Never would. Never told people not to get them done unless they were done by somebody that did surface to surface piercings. So that kind of went out of vogue. But that's something I'd never do in the first place. I'm trying to think of anything that was a trend that I did that I don't do anymore. Nope, can't think of anything. And see, that's part of it, is if you're a reputable studio and a reputable piercer, you're not about taking all those risks unless, and usually, and this is something I haven't brought up as much lately, is back in the day, the kind of the belief is that you didn't even think about doing any of that experimental stuff on anybody other than regular clients, people that you had pierced. They had healed things out, and not just one, but many piercings before you started doing things that were
experimental.
Yeah, and that just went out the window because everybody started coming in asking for that stuff. I guess I don't know. I don't know. I guess I have experimented with at least 2 or 3, and this is early, and I've used surface bars right when they first came out. I did a couple, but it was on clients that had pierced multiple times, and they knew what was going to happen if the worst happened. And no matter how much I talked to them, they still wanted them. Let's see. Which I said, you said, yet, what are you hoping to get? Yeah, and that's always the thing. What are you hoping the outcome's going to be? Okay, so let's move. Let's see if there's another one. You need to wake up a bit over there.
What?
Yeah, you're yawning.
I am yawning. I'm tired. Jack, you got me.
You got tattooed and you got all the endorphins going and the adrenaline, and now you're all like washed.
I sat really good for like an hour, and then like every 30 minutes afterwards I would get up because I needed to go to the bathroom. Then
he needed to go to the bathroom.
Then he needed to go to the bathroom. Then he had his like...
I know what it is. I fed you. That's what happened.
He did feed me. We got Hawaiian Bros. It was really good.
It was really good. I'm looking through these, and most of these are kind of dumb.
But...
this is one I'd like to talk about.
What?
I lost it. Hold on a second. What just happened? High bridge piercings.
What is a high bridge piercing?
Exactly what it sounds like.
A bridge piercing, but high up?
Yeah. Closer to where the third eye piercings are. Now, where'd it go?
Right here?
Yeah. So it's done below. It's done between that and a bridge, usually.
Oh, so right here. That sounds like it would hurt. I'm not...
Oh, and now I've lost it. And it was something... Oh, where'd it go?
DIY high bridge.
All these are great ideas, aren't they? Yeah. And probably because people have been searching about this stuff, and that's part of the problem.
I've never even heard of a high bridge until now.
Well, people like to come up with their own names for everything.
How long has that been around?
Probably longer than you think, but at the same time, what was it? Permanent. No, that's wrong. You're supposed to talk when I do things like this.
Oh, my bad. I'm tired.
Yeah, good to hear that.
I wanted to do a different song for the song of the week.
Oh, really? What was that?
I wanted to do Holding Someone's Hair Back by Circa Survive, but you said we're not allowed to repeat bands. So if you guys are feeling frisky, you should give that song a listen because I really like it. Yeah. And that's
and then Yeti went on to say, I haven't actually looked into anything super specifics. Something simple and ear-based, though. For future. I mean, we had your septum there for a while.
Really?
And Ocha said, I took a map after work myself.
Oh, I'm jealous.
And then Yeti went on to put, but I think I'd get hooked I don't want to mess up my lip piercings I don't want to mess with lip piercings that would touch my teeth or my gums. That's spooky. They're not for everyone. Mocha said her next is a vertical labrae.
Yay!
That would be the one I would suggest, Eddie, if you didn't want to mess up, if you want to definitely reduce the amount of risk of enamel erosion and gum erosion and softening the bones, unless you're like this one who constantly plays with it.
I do. Oh, wait, we're on this camera. Holy smokes.
Yeah, I've been on that camera. You want to go to this camera? Because we'll go to this camera now.
Well, I already got adjusted for this camera. Come on. Bring me back. Yeah, I like my vertical labrae, but I mess with it a lot.
Okay, I can't find the thing. But basically, it's permanent piercings.
Permanent piercings?
Where they're taking chains and putting them through piercings and then soldering them shut.
That's not a good idea.
No, it is not a good idea. It's I'm in the emergency room and I need an MRI now and I don't know what this is made out of. Call maintenance is what that is.
Yeah.
I guess in that I really would be curious to see how those chains affect a piercing long term.
Because it would start closing around it. But
Yeah, because the piercing will always kind of conform to whatever's in there. And if you just have this, because the ones I've seen, it's literally a loose link chain that they're putting through it, like earlobes. Oh, it's so cute. That's not what they do at those teenage parties you go to?
I didn't know there were teenage parties.
Oh, I don't know.
I didn't know there were teenage parties.
Just trying to get you to talk.
I'm sorry. I'm tired.
Well, we're all tired, and I'm old, so I've got that on you on top of it.
I'm tired, and I'm not that old, but I'm getting there.
Yeah.
You know, earlier today,
You were wide awake.
I was wide awake. Not today, yesterday. I thought to myself, because there were kids playing in the road, I genuinely thought to myself, fucking kids. Get on the road. I was like, oh my God.
You didn't play stickball when you were a kid in the street?
No.
Like a tenement?
No.
I didn't either. Should we look at some other trending topics?
Yeah.
I guess I should actually check out the trending topics. This is the inspiration section, which is always fun.
These are all AI generated.
Yes, they are completely AI generated.
You are...
Oh, here's one. Here we go. I don't know exactly what this is supposed to be.
Permanent jewelry versus microdermals experience breakdown from stability difference.
I don't know exactly where the question is in there. Here's the deal. Get the permanent jewelry. Don't get the dermal on your wrist.
Yeah.
Because the permanent jewelry will last a lot longer than a dermal would on your wrist, where you move your whole body or your whole hand and you touch things constantly. In fact, it'll probably reject pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Okay, here's another one. And we've kind of already talked about this, but some great AI there too. I don't know how well you guys can see it. I'm sorry. I have no way of blowing it up bigger.
The ethical responsibility of performing high-risk permanent surface piercings today.
Okay, so let's get into it. Permanent surface piercing is an oxymoron.
Yeah.
There is no
think
such
about
thing.
That. I was just more thinking.
Subdermal implants, probably a permanent thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because they go much deeper and they're much harder for your body to reject. But dermals, they don't go that deep.
Mm-mm.
And they get caught and they reject.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no such thing as permanent.
No.
Are they more permanent than, let's say, a staple in your arm?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or a splinter? Probably. But they're not permanent. Permanent is something that lasts forever, and they will not last forever.
No, they last at most 6
to 10 years. I've seen people as long as much longer, but I mean, they're the rare ones.
Yeah, but it's pretty much on average. That's how long they'll last.
So yeah, what will be permanent would be the scar tissue.
Yeah, and the.
I think we need to go back to getting you energy drinks.
No, because I'm here messing with the can.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, you were saying. before you yawned? Okay, you're lost.
I don't remember.
We were talking about the permanency of the scarring.
Oh, what was I gonna say?
One night I'm going to keep you up all night long and just ask you questions.
Please don't. Oh, that'd be terrible.
While making fun of your music at the same time.
And
Supposedly I do that endlessly.
You do.
And I do that to everybody. So you don't feel special.
I don't feel special. I know I'm not special.
You're special. You're special, Scott.
with your pretty in a Scott way.
Yeah, you're pretty a Scott way. What was I said earlier to this week? It was like you look cute, but in a platonic way.
Yeah. Because I came to work.
She came dressed up. It was interesting.
Well, I came dressed in a button-up and this nice skirt that Diamond gave me. Thank you, Diamond. And these pair of tights and these loafers.
Loafers?
Loafers.
Here, yeah. You're having a day. Okay, let's try this one. Navigating workplace professionalism with highly visible permanent body piercings in 2026.
A guy with stretched ears in a suit.
Yeah, in a suit with a beard. I think the beard would be a less professional. It's me.
You're old fashioned, all right?
I'm old fashioned that I don't like facial hair. I definitely don't like it on me, so I'll leave it at that. But yeah, that, and I don't like it when people come to go, "Hey, DaVo," and they go, "You don't recognize me?" And they got half their face covered in some giant mountain man beard thing with raviolas sticking in it and bugs and everything else, like a hillbilly outback, I don't know what beard.
You know what I think? I think you just can't grow facial hair that well.
Oh, I can.
Can you?
Yeah, my kid can attest to that. Right now, you could shave, you could grind, you could sand a car with what's on my face right now and I shaved a little over 6 hours ago.
Dang.
Yeah, I can grow facial hair. It's not that. It's just
you should grow a mustache.
No, and if it was, it'd be one of the Clark Gable, John Waters ones.
That's what you should do.
Yeah, I'd look like a creep. That's the only. That'd be hilarious. I think with this particular question it comes down to this. What is the unemployment rate? That's what it comes down to. How desperate are they for employees? Because if 5 people come into a professional job, 4 of them have visible piercings, especially anything that's on the face, they're going to pick the person who doesn't if they're all equally qualified.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that's just the fact of life. If they have 100,000 people applying for one job, they're going to be very selective. Now, if it's the other way around where unemployment is really low and they're desperate to find people, you're going to have a better job of it or an easier time doing it. Mm-hmm. Now, as far as navigating that, I don't know. I
mean, you haven't had like a...
I know I haven't worked in a professional job since 94.
I've never worked a professional job.
I have, where you had to wear a suit and the whole nine. Well, you didn't have to wear a suit. You had to have a tie, dress, slacks. You couldn't wear tennis shoes, and you had a button-up shirt. And that was the dress code. And, of course, being me, I would dress in, like, vintage suits every day and carnation, silk tie, cufflinks, fedora, the whole 9 yards.
Goodness.
But I do know that my visible tattoos, when that did come up, did change my projective or my perspectives from upward to immediately downward as quickly as possible.
Yeah, I've had jobs request that I take out my piercings before I start there, and I tell them absolutely not. I'm not doing that. I'm sorry. Mainly because it just came down to a fact of I value having my piercings more than I value getting paid $11 an hour to make pizza.
Yeah.
I had that happen at Pizza Hut, and I wasn't even making pizza. I was literally just going to sit there and answer the phone.
Yeah,
And
well,
great
but
customers.
you haven't heard the whole how you look affects how you sound on the phone. Because I worked in collection agencies, and that's where all those dress codes were at.
Really?
Yeah, he was like, if you dress in a professional manner, you're going to produce more professional work, even though they'll never see you. We weren't allowed to interact with anybody in the front of house anyway. The closest I ever came to actually interacting with a client, also called a debtor, was we found out when the guy's payday was. And we picked him up at work and took him to the bank, and he cashed the check, and we got the cashier's check, and we left. Dropped him off at work.
That's crazy.
Yeah, because, the guy kept flaking off, and he opened him up for that suggestion, and they took me along because I was the biggest guy in the office. The most menacing, I guess.
Are you menacing?
Not really. I'm the nicest guy you'll ever meet.
Goodness gracious.
Maybe not so much back then. But now, maybe so. Ocho said, okay, here we go. I missed a few. I'm sorry, guys. 24-hour piercing stream. Yeah, we should do that. You think you like a telethon?
I'd have to get up a couple of times. We could get like some
guest spots.
Yeah.
We'd have to have a juggler. Because you always have to have a juggler and a tie.
I don't know if I've ever told you this. I think I did. I had problems with this clown named Bobo.
Yes, we've heard this story. I have, anyway.
I can get Bobo on here, and me and him could fight.
She stalked a clown. You laugh, but it's true.
It's true. I stalked a clown.
Because he was mean to you? Was that it?
No, it's because I didn't agree with his political ideas at the age of 16. And so
You stalked the poor guy.
I did stalk the poor guy. And then I tried to apologize to him and send him flowers. And then he kicked them all over his yard.
Lord almighty. Oh, the youth. Ocho said 80% of my jobs were welding. They don't care what I look like because you can't see under that PPE. No, you can't. And I'm guessing that Yeti's commenting on the whole permanent jewelry nonsense. Yeah, and then they're talking amongst themselves, which is fine. Anyway, so here's the next one I found. And this one I can actually talk about.
Can you talk about?
I can talk about this.
Oh, wow.
It is piercing after 50, how aging skin affects piercing modification or permanent modification, placement, and healing. That's a little bit much. Yeah, that skin don't heal quick as it did and doesn't look as nice. It's not as taut. I know that I've done a lot of earlobes on elderly people, I guess, or older people. The tissue kind of separates a little bit, so you have to be a little more careful when you're doing the transfer. What are you doing?
It got, knocked up.
Oh, what did?
Just the little foam.
Okay, I know what you're talking about now. Took me a second because my mind went elsewhere. And you said knocked up.
My bad.
Anyway, if you're healthy, it's going to heal the same. I know that it affects tattoos because your skin's aged, so it doesn't heal as well. That's why you should get tattooed when you're younger if possible. But there is no perfect age to get anything modified, and it doesn't matter. In a lot of ways, I think when you're older, you're a little bit more responsible. You have a little bit more time to care about things, and oftentimes it's kind of something you've delayed in your life. So it's important, I think, to get pierced at an older age. So I really didn't notice any difference in healing other than the techniques that are used now compared to what I used when I first started getting pierced. So what else should we talk about?
Well, they said that this person isn't Yeti.
Oh, it isn't? Am I mixing people up? I am. Sorry. Oh, no. They said, Socha saying they are not. They aren't Yeti, as in replying to his thing. Rebecca asks, any special advice for healing ear cartilage piercings in the winter? The dry air makes skin more itchy or dry and itchy. Sometimes the itchiness is super frustrating. I can completely understand that. Slight amount of moisturizer can help. You just want to make sure that you avoid the piercing itself. That's the hard part. Covering them, if you can, without catching the jewelry is another thing. You got any ideas? Miss Skincare. She's trying to glow.
Is it working?
No, somewhat.
Okay. I guess.
You've been like this all day today.
I know. It's because I think it's a mixture of things.
It's a mixture of waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
You could do like serums that really helps keep the skin moist without, especially if you have like facial piercings.
She's talking about ears.
Oh, ears. Okay.
Yeah.
With ears, just keeping them covered, especially when you are outside, is the best case scenario. Don't shave all your hair off right before winter starts.
Well, you can, but you can't. The other thing is making sure that hair is dry before it comes in contact with it.
Yeah, that too. Especially in the winter. When your hair can like literally freeze.
Another thing would be is if you're experiencing a lot of itching and so forth, is my question would be, do you have any metal sensitivities?
That's true.
And especially if there's flaking. If the piercing hole around it looks like more like a cracked tissue instead of healing tissue, you may be having an allergic reaction. And it might be trying to reject it. The other thing would be, and I had it a second ago. Now, it's like a disease you've passed on to me now.
Oh, and then Ocha said like jojoba oil. No, I'm.
Here's the thing: is like I don't know enough about it. And really drying out could be caused by overspraying.
Yeah, that too.
Could be by using harsh stuff. That's the other thing that'll cause that. Oh, I know what I was going to talk about. Is it the itching is actually probably histamines.
Yeah.
That's why it makes me kind of think maybe it's that or possibly a mild infection. Taking an antihistamine can sometimes help too.
Yeah.
It'll make you drowsy like she is.
Yeah.
All the time.
But when I was talking about like oils, I was more talking about like skin serums, like hyaluronic acid, because it's nice for your skin. It helps moisturize it without being heavy, like typical moisturizers are for like your skin, especially if you have like healing piercings on your face. It doesn't like get on it, you know?
Yeah.
Doesn't get on the jewelry.
Yeah, my biggest concern is that there'll be something in that moisturizer that in fact is an adjutant that gets into the piercing itself.
Yeah.
And if you turn over the back of a bottle of lotion or any type of moisturizer, there's going to be a ton of names you have no idea what it is.
Yeah.
Lots of chemical names.
Yeah.
So that's what I'd be mainly concerned about, is that you do something that's agitating it. But one thing I would look at is maybe better jewelry. Maybe. I don't know. It depends on, what jewelry's in there. Let's see. Tasman. I'm gonna Tasmin. I'm not sure. 1085. For me personally, it mostly happens with my gauges. So maybe changing the jewelry to wood gauge if you're not allergic, or glass.
Yeah.
Another thing that'll cause that is the temperature of like metal plugs. I can attest to that. They can get a little uncomfortable in the wintertime. Rings will get really uncomfortable in the wintertime if you don't cover them up.
Yeah, you have to be really careful in the winter about hollow plugs.
Eyelets and plugs.
Because it can make the tissue on the outside of your ear too cold.
Yeah. I mean, in theory, it could cause frostbite.
Yeah. If you're outside long enough.
Yeah. I know that when I had like 2 gauge rings in my ears, like 4 of them or 3 of them, If it was really cold out and I didn't cover them up, I was going to get in trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was too much.
Too much. Much too cold.
Much too cold.
I experienced that with my not experienced it to that degree, but when it got cold out, my septum was
People say
condensating. It was really gross.
I would one day like to do a temperature test of which kit holds cold more, titanium or stainless steel. Maybe
even add niobium in there.
Yeah, niobium too, but there's so little of it out there anymore.
Yeah.
Out in the wild, in jewelry cases across the world.
Niobium 6.
Not like there used to be. There used to be tons of it, and then the price went up. I'm thinking one more of these, and then we call it a day.
I like that. Because I'm so sleepy.
I know. I'll let you pick.
Oh, I get to pick. Yay!
You get to pick. Do you need a page down?
Yeah,
okay. She's got it. So many choices.
We've already talked about all these.
No, we haven't. We didn't talk about that one.
But then there's only one for me to pick.
Okay, then it's called Show More. That's what you do here.
Oh, I'm an idiot. I'm sorry.
Then it loads more.
Permanent nipple piercings? Let's talk about that one. I've never heard of that.
Yeah, I think it's because it's still stuck on this. Oh, God, everybody has to see this.
Holy smokes.
Like, that isn't frightening. See, I wouldn't click on that thumb. Well, maybe I would click on that thumbnail. I don't know.
Holy smokes.
Yeah, AI, it's so wonderful.
I want to talk about permanent nipple piercings. Have you ever seen permanent nipple piercings?
No. If you take the jewelry out, they close. I have had clients that have talked about soldering them on.
Oh.
But not that they're permanent. I don't know. I guess if you never take the jewelry out, they're permanent.
That's true.
So I guess,
how to maintain them in your lifetime.
Best thing about that is keep something in it.
But what if someone...
Don't let people pull on them.
What if someone wants to breastfeed?
That is a hot debated subject between a lot of people.
Let's talk about that.
There is the risk, in my opinion, and it's always been my opinion, first and foremost, if they're not healed and you get pregnant, remove them immediately. Do not think about it. Just take them out. You are doing things that are far more important at that point. Mm-hmm. And you don't need another thing for your body to do or another possibility for infection.
Yeah.
During breastfeeding, there's kind of two methods. There's a leave it in and hope for the best, and there's the take them out every single time. I've had clients do both. Mm-hmm. Personally, I don't know if I feel comfortable with a metal object that has loose ends that come unloose or come apart being inside of a newborn's mouth. To me, that sounds like a choking hazard.
It does, yeah.
I have had clients who have done it, and they said they didn't have any problems with it. They just check the security of the balls on a regular basis. The thing with taking them in and out all the time is you risk that one night where it's like you are just so tired. Just like people come in after surgery, and they're just like, I was just so wiped. The last thing I was thinking about was, putting that jewelry back in. And I completely understand that. And I could see, after dealing with getting woken up at the odd hours every 4 to 6 hours for like 4 or 5 weeks in a row, and then going through the trouble of taking the jewelry out, feeding, putting the jewelry back in every single time would begin to get a bit taxing. Mm-hmm. But it can be done. So then thus it would be permanent. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So does that answer your question? But I don't think it answered the topic.
Because the topic isn't true. It doesn't exist. It's not real.
I have had clients that have claimed, and it was usually rings and various other piercings that they'd done that. An old thing about back in the day, that back in the Rick Art Barty days, they'd tell you to put Loctite on it.
Absolutely not.
And
Lord. It's terrible.
Yeah, I don't know how those chemicals would react. And I've heard of people super gluing the ends on that too. And I don't know if that, I wouldn't advise that either, because something's going to eventually come up, but you're going to have to change that jewelry. As far as maintenance, just keeping things away from it, keeping it clean, keeping your skin healthy, and living a healthy lifestyle. Don't let people apply pressure to it. Do not hang things from it.
Unless you're into it.
Well, I mean, if you're into it, but you have to understand there are some science going on here. If it's a very thin piece of jewelry, it's going to cut through you like a cheese cutter. If it's a very thick piece of jewelry, it's going to put a lot of pressure on the piercing. And there is always going to be a point, no matter how much you've seen Mr. Lifto. You don't even know who that is, do you?
No.
He was a guy that was in Jim Rose's side show.
Okay.
They did the Lollapalooza tours, the first couple ones, and was like, they were like celebrities. They used to do shows that were like rock concerts. He used to come out and do that and lift like irons and bowling balls from his nipples, and also would do it from his Prince Albert piercing.
Damn. Ugh.
And his tongue, if I remember correctly.
Ugh.
Those were well-seasoned, well-strong, and well-stretched piercings. They weren't something that was just done or had like a 14 gauge in it.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Maybe I can find a picture of Mr. Lifto. That'd be kind of fun. Talk amongst yourselves.
I miss my bed. I like my bed.
The amazing Mr. Lifto. See if I can find
Do you guys like your guys' beds? Because I like my bed. It's really cool.
In your bed.
It's a California King. Don't mean to flex on you guys, but yeah, don't mean to brag.
Instagram used to just open, or not Instagram, but
I sleep with my cat and my dog in my bed. And I watch YouTube
too many
at
people.
night.
I'm looking here. Here we go. Here's a good shot if it got any quality to it.
And then we watch YouTube and I pass out after I take my meds.
Okay, I'll just blow this thing up maybe. No, it's a terrible photo. The problem is the most of the stuff was digitalized in the 90s, so I can't believe you never heard of Jim Rose Circus.
Mm-mm.
They were kind of a big deal.
A big deal to a small amount of people.
Well, I mean, underground culture at that time.
I think my favorite thing that Jack said earlier this afternoon was, I'm a big deal to a very niche and small group of people.
My mom, my dad, my brother. I have low appeal otherwise. Here we go. That's a halfway decent photo right there. Mr. Lifto, everybody. Yeah, imagine that.
That would hurt.
Yeah, it probably would hurt if you didn't do it properly.
It'd be worse than when you snagged your...
Okay, let's see. We'll just catch up with the comments, and I think we might be about ready to call it a night. Because according to this, we've been on 50 minutes, but then again, we've been on an hour, so I don't know which one of those to believe. Okay, that's totally great. What is your advice for someone wanting to pursue a career to become a professional body piercer in a country where it's not possible to get an internship, but it's not illegal to become a piercer? That's a tough one because you really do need a mentor. And there's a lot of reasons for that. One of the biggest ones is you do not want to struggle through trying to figure things out on your own. You'll never, and we were talking about this earlier this week because I was doing some fine tuning on some of her setup and touching things and stuff. And I expressed to her, I go, if you see me doing something wrong, you need to tell me, because we build habits as humans that we are not even aware that we're doing.
Yeah.
Like not changing our gloves after we touch something. And so the only way that happens and it's brought to your attention and you fix it is if somebody reminds you.
Mm-hmm.
And being in an apprenticeship is very important from that standpoint. What you may have to do is actually go somewhere else, another country where piercing is a little bit more predominant, and go through a formal apprenticeship. Some possibilities or some things I would suggest is do read and research as much stuff as you can. I would really highly suggest the Piercing Bible. There's a lot of information on that's in there that kind of covers. It's written from anybody from a fan of piercing up to somebody that's been doing it for 32 years or so. You're going to find some information in there if you've never read it before. And it's done by Miss Angel, who is somebody I very much respect. The other option, or the other thing you want to consider, is getting your bloodborne pathogens certification and learning some basic CPR, or not CPR, but first aid and et cetera, is always a good idea. Mm-hmm. Anything that's piercing related, there are seminars that you could possibly come in and take, but there are no replacement for an apprenticeship. So it's kind of one of those things where I understand. And as somebody that came from a situation where when I started looking for somebody to apprenticeship, I could not find anybody within 400 miles when I first started looking for it. And then it got down to about 200 miles. But it took 2 years for it to get to that point. And then I was the first professionally trained piercer in the state of Iowa, and my apprenticeship was no near as long or involved as it should have been. And the person that was training me really didn't quite know what he was doing. He had an idea, he had an inkling, but he wasn't, at the level of knowledge that I would suggest taking on an apprentice. So it's one of those things. But yeah. Yeah, you said, they said, thank you so much for that advice. I did read that book, and chapter 7 was really helpful. Yeah, she goes into it pretty in depth. There's also a couple of videos that I have on this channel that are older that talk about apprenticeship, but that's a tough one. If you don't have some, at least some shop in the country that you can go to and kind of go, hey, I want to learn how to do this. What is your advice, or how did you go about it? That's a difficult start. But, everything starts somewhere. Mm-hmm. And, we're all standing on the shoulders of other people. So biggest thing is stay in tune. Try to find somebody that'll work with you and figure it out. If you can maybe do a short-term learning, visa that you get for learning, mm-hmm. and travel to the United States for like 6 months, or at least get a basic one. But then you got to also find somebody that is worth it and is willing to do that. Mm-hmm. And that's hard. And then it comes into this whole thing of payment. So, the fact that, apprentices are supposed to be paid and et cetera. And then they go on to say, saw that video about your start and your experience is one of the big reasons I know I need a good mentor. Yep. And I wish it could be done by distance, and it really can't. There are some people in the industry that are talking about kind of coming up with, me and Scott talked about this, about coming up with a way to evaluate people remotely. Maybe that'll be a thing in the future. I don't know. I don't know if that's really going to, even at that point, it's really not enough to get you to the point where you need to be to do it professionally. So good luck. And I'm open to any questions you have. If you want to contact me by email or whatever, I'll do my best to help you. I always do that. Don't I, Sleepy One?
Yeah.
Because I only take on one apprentice at a time. And I don't know, have you been here when one of them came in and talked to me?
Yeah.
And I'll sit there and try to talk them out of it for 45 minutes.
Yeah. And then I sit there like a
doe-eyed. Yeah. But I mean, I will talk to people regardless, even on the phone, regardless of whether or not I'm interested in taking them on as an apprentice, just basically because I wish somebody would have done that for me. Mm-hmm. And I think it's important that they are given enough information to kind of understand what they're looking for.
Yeah.
But anyway. So as the apprentice yawns, I think we're going to call this one done. I had fun tonight. Even though Sleepyhead over here was a bore. As soon as we got done with your music, it was the music that put you to sleep. That's what it was.
The music.
Yep, it was the music. It soothed your savage beast.
Well, the entire time we've been sitting here, I've had that one song stuck in my head.
Which one?
The Circus Survive song.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the rule is on that, and I nailed it down today. But I've told you before.
No, you haven't.
Yes, I have.
Mm.
We can't repeat the same artist.
Come on, just once.
Unless they have a new release and it's an album.
Does it have to be from that new release and album?
Mm-hmm. Yep. That's the way it works.
Come on, I wasted mine. Mine
that's
on
not my
an
fault.
OK Song by Circus Survive when I have
There's a ton of other people we have that I know you listen to and you know I listen to that we haven't even began to touch. So give it time.
I like Circus Survive though.
Yeah, I know. And next week it'll be something else.
No, it's staying there.
Okay, if you say so. I bet after you see him, you're going to be so disappointed. It's going to be like, I never want to hear that band again.
God. You're so pessimistic. All right, we gotta get going.
I'm just here to lower expectations. So you're not old enough to remember that. There used to be this show called Mad TV, and they had like a bit, like they did the fake commercials like they do on Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
But it was for a dating site, and it was called Lower Expectations. So like each one of them was like, I just got out of jail and blah, blah, blah. So
I know
I'm just lowering your expectations. Good night, everybody. We will see you next week at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. I realize that my birthday is going to be on one of these next month.
Really?
Yeah, Monday the 13th.
Oh, we're going to have a birthday special. I'll get you a cake.
Yeah, and it's supposed to be 57 degrees, and I'll be turning 57.
That's crazy.
That's supposed to be the high for the day, so we'll see how that works out.
I'm going to get you a cake and a little birthday hat, and we'll get everyone in here to sing happy birthday for you.
No, that's all right.
No, and then we're going to get you gifts, and then I'm going to make sure everyone...
And then I'm going to forget all of your birthdays and not get you gifts.
Yeah.
Yay.
Just make you feel terrible about it.
Yeah, that's exactly why I don't want you to do it. Because
Exactly.
I will forget, and I don't...
Yeah, and then I'll sit there and be like, no, it's okay,
I
Davo.
bought you lunch today.
No, I'll sit there and be like, no, it's okay, Davo. Like, I mean,
Sure, it was 2 for $1, but I bought you lunch today.
I mean, like, I did buy you a gift on your birthday, but it's like, fine. It's like, you didn't have to. It kind of sucks.
I did something for your birthday, didn't I?
I don't remember what you did.
Okay, so I did something.
I know you did something for my birthday.
I gave you my old AFI hoodie. That should be enough.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah. And then
from the Black Sails tour when I booked them.
Yeah, and then I got you a deck of
TSOL trading card or playing cards.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're sitting they're sitting in front of my Hulu girl that I got from my sister.
So if you come
and
into
a pinup I got from Michelle, I believe. That pinup that's in there.
Yeah. Another reason to come into the shop, you can see the TSOL cards that I got for Davo for his birthday.
Or the super rare X poster that nobody notices.
Yeah.
That has been over my head everywhere I've ever pierced.
Yeah.
Yep.
You can see it in the background of the videos.
Yep. It's not a common poster, but nobody cares about.
No one cares.
All they care about is that stupid Slipknot.
No one gives a shit, Davo. Slipknot's way better. Come on.
Yeah, I knew those guys when they're nerds. Now they're just nerds that drive better cars.
Shit.
Anyway, but I think we're going to call it an evening and enjoy the rest of your week. Our weekend is starting.
Our weekend is.
I'm going to have the next 2 days to do nothing, which will never happen. But till next time, here's hoping all your piercings heal with ease and without a single issue. And if you're in the Des Moines, Iowa area, either of us would love to see you for your piercing needs in the future. Have a good day, everybody. Take care, and we'll see you in that next video.